the people around you really decide how your physical health is going to be, how your mental health is going to be, and how your emotional health is going to be. This has been told to me by a very good doctor and a therapist, and someone I adore and respect from my heart. And it has been life changing from me and has helped me in my healing journey. And in this video, I'm going to be telling you 10 types of people I will never ever make them a part of my life. And this is a Healing Women edition because this is going to change your life, your perspective on how what you tolerate and also you don't tolerate, because this is with experience of a whole healing journey and a life changing experience. People who judge others, talk badly about their loved ones, their friends, and everyone around them. Basically, they hate everybody. Everybody means everyone. They have a problem with every other person. It's not like they have done something, but they will have problem with just everybody. And there is no ifs and buts. It's just simply they are so egocentric, they just see themselves, and if someone is doing good or someone is doing better in their life, they are going to get so triggered that they will start judging them, speaking ill about them, and that's the only thing they do, and they are good at doing that. So I will never ever make them a part of my life if I see them judging someone for no reason at all, and also not being self aware about it and not changing that even after knowing it. So, no. Which brings now with that, I will also not add those people in my life with them my body feels uncomfortable. And with this, I mean my nervous system doesn't feel comfortable, or I would say it doesn't feel like at home, or my inner child doesn't feel safe. And you should always listen to your body, like always when it comes to people. Always listen what your nervous system is saying. You will not feel comfortable, you will not feel good around them, you will be overstimulated, drained after meeting them or talking to them, or they just don't add into your life like in any way. They are just so negative and always either cribbing, complaining, even after having a great life. So yeah, no, a huge no for those people. People who doesn't share the same values and morals as I do. I used to think that people who doesn't share the same values and morals as I do can be a part of my life, and I should not, like, I should accept everyone. But no, it became so hard for me to accept them as a human being, because it's not that I was judging them or anything. They just felt like foreign to me, and I was like, no. Because in some or the other way, when you have someone in your life that doesn't share the same value as you do with them, you are going to have that inner conflict. Because first of all, you're not going to be sharing the same values of respecting others, being kinder to them. Maybe they are like selfish people, not someone who shares a heart of kindness or compassion, or someone who doesn't have a being where they are like compassionate to animals, or someone like a huge no. Or if they don't share the same principles as I do, I will not be around those kind of people at all. Like huge big no. If I respect elders and if they don't, I will not be friends with them. If I respect other people's misery and feel kindness towards them, I will not be friends with someone who makes jokes about them. A huge, huge no. People who abuse animals. Yes. Researched, I have learned in all these whiles, and I have seen this similar patterns in people who abuse animals are someone who are not first good people, who doesn't have any values in their life, no morals, no values, and they are very abusive not only towards animals. They are much much more capable of doing violent thing in the society also, because a research has been told that people who abuse animals are also much much capable of doing wrong things to a human being and harm a human being, or like, yeah. So if you don't have a kind heart, like, it also includes in my values and morals that I will not tolerate someone who is abusive to animals. Like, beg no. People who belittles me, jokes about me, makes me feel small. Yes, you don't need people who make you feel small. Not at all. You need people who uplifts you, upgrades you, and also makes you believe in your dreams and put you or makes you stand up for yourself and be accountable for your dreams. Like if you told your friend that, hey, I am going to do that, so they hold you accountable for that thing, and they are like, yeah, you should do that, and you are much much more capable of doing that. They should see your potential before you even do, and this can only be done by someone who loves themselves and also are aware of life, or some shares the same emotional intelligence as you do, or are good people from heart, and not someone who's always jealous, envy, or hates you. This brings us to our next point, which is the most important point to me. I don't care who copies me, I don't care who's jealous of me, because I know that it takes a lot of energy if you notice those people. Before, I used to get very annoyed when somebody used to copy me, and because it used to feel if I told someone something, they are like, if I told someone, hey, I'm gonna be doing this, and suddenly after some time they start doing that, or if I do something they start doing that, and then they don't even feel grateful about it or say that I have inspired them. They are more like some people who are just always in competition, like whatever I do they are gonna do bigger, like I'm better than her or I'm better than that. Some people get inspired, some friends get inspired, and that's the most beautiful thing. But when friends starts to compete with you, that becomes the problem. If your friend is igniting an inspiration in you, something you already have, but if people do things out of competition, it's purely ego and it's not a good thing. Your friendship is not going to last a longer time. So people who copies me, competes with me secretly and do exactly as I do, and if I see that pattern constantly with someone, I will choose distance and not tell them anything about my life. I will stop telling them everything and keep my energy or my secrets to myself, and slowly, slowly make a distance. Because sometimes some people, and it's not that I will not make them a part of my life, it's more like that they need to find themselves, and they don't have a canvas where they can paint themselves. So they will find anybody to take their personality and make it their own. So they will take other person's personality, third person's, fourth person's, and then with all person's personality, they will make their own, and there will be no authentic self. So I love authentic people. People who are just themselves. Even people who have a lot of flaws, like extreme flaws, like I would appreciate them if they are authentic, because I know they accept themselves as they are and they don't need anybody's approval or anything. And I would really, really respect those kind of people always. Okay. People who gets easily influenced by anyone's word, easily manipulative, uh, easily manipulated, or if they see something, they, and it's not about like changing beliefs. It's not about uh, it's just having such a weak character where anybody can manipulate you. And this, by this I mean, when, like, say me, if I haven't done something, but if someone is trying to make both of us fight, and and they get easily manipulated by that thing, I will never be friends with someone who believes the other person and don't have the communicative skills to communicate with me. Or because these things really takes a toll on your mental health, physical health, because your people are going to decide who you are going to be. And with setting standards with them, you are going to set standards with the world. And if, and I will never be friends with people or have in my life who have huge, huge ego. Egocentric people are so toxic that they don't see anything other than inflating their egos. If you crush their egos, they are coming for you to take revenge. And egocentric people are not good for your nervous system, not good for your health, and not good for your life. So it's a huge no when somebody has ego, because I don't deal with someone. They will constantly play games, constantly have stories in their head, and constantly have something to feed their ego and make them right. So just know that they will always be right. So it's not good for you. It's not good for you and your soul, or anybody. In, to be very honest, it's not good for anybody to be friends with someone who has a huge ego, and you are someone who's heart-led person, lives life through your soul and wants to, or you are working with your ego or your soul. Be friends with people who have a soul-led life, or a little bit of ego is fine when somebody is protecting themselves and creating boundaries. It's okay. But somebody who has just ego and thinks everybody is smaller than them or superior, they are superior than them. No, a huge no. Mm-mm. People who doesn't celebrate my winnings. And by this, I mean people who doesn't celebrate me, celebrate my winnings, because I am someone, even a stranger, if somebody is getting a promotion, getting married, getting a house, I will, if they tell, somebody tells me that they are buying a house, I will be like, oh my God. I pray for them at that moment of time. And you should too. Because when you will start celebrating other people, you will have a lot to celebrate, and every day will be a celebration. And it's the most beautiful thing, the person you will become when you start celebrating. And it's a skill you have to build. Not everybody is born with that, because everybody tells us, oh my God, we have to live like that, we have to live like this, and be in competition. Due to capitalism, we have to hate somebody, or we have to be in constant competition with our peers. No, you need to have people with whom you can celebrate and also celebrate them, because it's the most beautiful thing. And you know, don't need someone who's constantly competing with you and doesn't feels jealous and gives you just bad energy. And because when somebody you love doesn't celebrate and belittles you, it's the most hurtful feeling. So I will suggest stay away from people like that, like very very away. Last but not the least, people who are rigid and doesn't want to change. I really love people who are always evolving, because I know that the person I was last year in February and I am this year, I am a totally different person. I'm still changing. Every day I'm a different person, because every day I learn something new about myself. Because you need to know that you deserve to be with someone who is ready to change. Even if somebody has a problem and they know it, they are ready to change. They are most welcome in my life. And I will appreciate their efforts, because they are the people who are done with themselves and are ready to change. And I would just be very, very proud of them, because it takes a lot when you have to change. But when you change, you become this most magnetic self, and everybody deserves to change. And life, nature is changing, so why not you? If you are not going to change, so does your life. It never changes. And maybe your change equals to success. So I love people who are ready to change with learning and not are rigid with their beliefs. And I want to add the last but the most special point for this video: people with whom I cannot be my authentic self, or cannot be like a child, or can celebrate my happiness with. It's the most important thing to me and for our healing, because people who make your inner child safe are the most important people. People who keep you accountable for your mistakes and where you are going wrong and ask you to change are the people who are the most beautiful part of your life, because nobody cares what you do. And if somebody does, you should always sit and listen to them, because your friends are someone who are going to teach you how to be a better person rather than how to be a bad one. If your friends or family or someone in your life or people in your life, acquaintances, whatever, are not someone you can get inspired from, learn how to be a good, beautiful human being, then you don't need them. And you need people you feel safe with, because safety is equals to healing. When you constantly feel safe, you are grateful for these people, and grateful energy is equals to healing. You don't understand this right now, but this thing is the most important thing. The surrounding, the people are going to decide if you are going to be successful. And I'm not talking about the materialistic success. I'm talking about the success which you get from the inside, the joy, the gratefulness, the excitement, the fulfillment, and the wholeness of your being. You need to have beautiful people in your life, people with whom you can have emotionally intelligent conversation with, you feel warm with. You know life is better when you are around them. You know you get a new perspective every time you meet them. And if you have these kind of people, be grateful for them today. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you loved it, because I loved making it. Have a nice evening.